I take my little book. I love little books like this. I've got hundreds that I've written in, tear out pages, give it to clients. I like to give papers to clients. But in any case, on the top of my page, I would write Pierre here, and I would write his scores. 17/8. That's my first segment of scores. The second one is 8/17. The third one is 14/11. And the fourth one is 7/18. So I just do that. Can you see there?
Yes.
This is for my point of reference, because I'm not going to have this page open on my laptop all the time. I'm going to move around. There are web pages that I'm going to open. Now, the one I suggest, and this is what I would typically do before Pierre comes in, I would go to www.truity.com. Truity. Truity.com. Now, Pierre is still not there. I'm in my office alone. I'm preparing to meet him. He's late again. No, I'm joking. That would be a tendency because I know out of his personality, but he's not late. Okay. Now, when you land, let's land on the first page of Truity. You would see that page, that web page. Now, this is the page I'm telling you, 10 years ago, you would have paid for this information per report. And there are 16, you would have paid 1,250 Rand. Guess what? Now it's for free. What a wonderful thing, the internet. But in any case, you will land on truity.com. At the top there, you can see there, it says personality tests. So, two of the tests that if you were not to use mine, which is for free, you can use it. You can use one of these two tests. The Type Finder personality test, and it costs $29. Or you can do the Type Finder Research Edition, which is for free. I've done both. Both are accurate in terms of measuring my personality, so I obviously place some trust in it, that it does measure correct. The one is longer, with more questions, the one that you pay for, and in general, it would be more accurate. But the Research Edition shows to be also accurate. They would not research something which is very far off. Obviously, there's a lot of thinking that goes in before they come to a place where they start to research something. You can use any one of those two, or you can use mine, which is in the Excel format. Then if you click at the top, personality types, second from the right on the Truity webpage, you will see there are the 16 different personality types. From the top, starting at INFP, INFJ, ENFJ, ENFP, INTJ, ENTJ, etc., etc. If you scroll down, come down at the bottom, ESTJ, ESTP, ISTJ, ISTP. Those are the 16 different personality types that one gets if you use this personality instrument. Now, when I look at Pierre's personality profile and I want to get out of this his personality type, I go, like I said, just to which one is the highest from E and I. In his case, he gets 17 for E and 8 for I, so E is his first type. Then you look at the second one, between S and N. His highest there is N. Then you look at the third one, between T and F. His highest one is T. Then you look at the last one, between J and P. His last one is P. P is higher than J. So his four-letter profile is ENTP. People sitting in this room I know of one, he's married to an ENTP. But this is his personality type. Okay. So, he is still not there. I look at ENTP. There it is, the visionary. Each one on this web page has got a little descriptive label to it. That descriptive label is very accurate, I found. And I've used this test now more than 20 years. Every year, basically every week, sometimes every day. If it says visionary, I know this man is a visionary. And it's very pregnant, the word visionary. It's not just visionary and then we move on. There's a lot to be said for a person that's a visionary. I don't know whether he understands he's a visionary. Let's say I move from the presupposition, from the point of view that he doesn't understand how accurate it is if he agrees to this personality type, what it all entails to be a visionary. Now, all the things I'm going to share with him didn't come to me one night when I went to bed and I woke up the next morning and I had it. It came to me slowly but surely by reading and sitting and talking and discovering and listening to clients, helping me to understand what an ENTP, for instance, looks like. I've done myself a favor, and this is what you need to do as well. I will try to remember to give you an empty little, all the 16 types with some space to write in. You do yourself a favor and go and start to test whoever you would like to test. Your mother and your father and your grandmother and your sister and your sister's child. Test them. Tell them, listen, I'm going to tell you your personality type. And as you test them, you start to populate your little piece of paper with all your friends what they are. I often use that as a point of reference when I sit with a client. ENTP. I know them. You know why? Because Bia's husband is an ENTP. And I know him. So when I want to think about Bia here, I just think about Marnu. And I think, how does he do things? He always last minute deadline detail, and then he comes in and wants me to do this and that. So he's not good with time management. He's not good with the finishing part. He needs that kind of energy that's generated, or that stress that's generated by target date or deadlines, and then he kicks into motion. So since I have my little piece of paper with who are ENTPs, and I've got another ENTP friend as well that stays in America, he's got a beautiful way of using words. And I've read somewhere that they say ENTPs are wordsmiths. Apart from having the label as visionaries, they're also good wordsmiths, meaning they can be very skillful with using languages and words. And the picture forms about me trying to understand this man, which I've only met once. Because I need to be populated with the right information to be the mirror that he can see who he is. That's a very nice tip for you to go and do friends, family, mothers, fathers, children, nieces, nephews, uncles, aunts. Let them do it and say, listen, let me quickly tell you what this is all about. It's also going to give you good exposure in how you handle giving feedback to people and starting to develop giving this ability to give feedback to people in a non-threatening way, because it's playful. It's not very structured and very formal. So that's a very good thing for you to do. I've got a list with many people under each of those 16 types, and people that I personally know. And I know their personality profile. So the moment I sit with a person, I have a basic idea, not just theoretically, because in theory there's a lot to be read about this that gives you a lot of information, but also have it grounded in someone I know that's an ENTP, or 2 or 3 or 5 people that I know that are ENTPs. And that just gives me more understanding for my client, for this person. And it's never a kind of a labeling to judge. I've often found people asking the other question, You know, don't you put people in a box by doing this? My response is, let me ask you a couple of questions before I answer you. Do you know lazy people? He says, yes, I do know lazy people. Do you know clever people? Yeah, I know some intelligent people. Do you know people that are always late for meetings? Yeah, I do. They're just disrespectful. Well, so you call them disrespectful. I say, you've got an awful lot of labels for people too, don't you? So it's not just me who's got a label for people. You too have got some labels for people. This is maybe more general, less judgmental, and more scientifically based as yours. Yours is based more in experience, which is fine. You had that experience of that person to come to the conclusion that he's lazy or clever or late or whatever. But this is a kind of a labeling that can help a person to grow and to develop, and not to put a person down. Not to tell you that actually I'm putting you in a box and that's the only thing that you can be. Because there's a lot of depth in this little instrument. It's not just straightforward, you know, you this and this is what you will forever be. And we can't see you any different. It's more a tool that one uses so that you can gain insight and help your client to gain insight.